Merry Christmas 2007. My name is Cliff, and I want to speak to you on grace. God's grace, to be specific. God's grace extended to all of mankind. We as a people are generally quite proud. We have things in our lives that we are prideful of. We get in His way when we have pride in our lives. Pride is something that is a stumbling block for us as human beings. God's grace is for all men, but if you have pride in your life, you're not going to experience it. God's grace is something that you cannot earn more of. Lots of people think that if they do things for God, they're going to experience more of His grace. Good works don't get you into heaven. Only grace can get you into heaven. I know a little story about God's grace, and I like to share that sometimes with people. There's a great baseball game going on in heaven. It's the angelic host against Satan and his demonic horde. And it's the bottom of the 9th inning. Satan's team is leading 2-0. There's one away, and all hopes are slowly slipping away. An angel comes up to bat, and his name is Faith. Faith comes up to bat, and Faith gets up to the plate, and Satan is the pitcher. Satan's pitching fiery fastballs coming down the pipe. None of the angelic hosts can touch these fastballs, but Faith believes that he can. There's that glimmer of faith in his heart that just says, I can do it. And Satan throws a fastball right down the pipe, and Faith swings the bat, and it meets the ball, and it just connects just perfect, and the ball just loops over the second baseman's head, and Faith makes it to first base. The next batter up is Love. Love knows what it's going to do. Love always sacrifices. And Satan throws this fiery fastball. He doesn't change his game, and he just keeps on bringing the fastballs. And Love steps into it, and he lays down the most beautiful bunt you've ever seen. It's halfway to third base, and the third baseman comes running for it, and Satan comes running for it, and the catcher comes running at it, and there's this big, evil, demonic mess, and they're all fighting for the ball. And Faith gets to second base, and Love gets to first. Hope comes up next. Hope is just hoping to get, just maybe he can get a base hit too. And he comes up, and lo and behold, Hope gets a base hit. He advances Faith to third. Love goes to second, and Hope is on first. And up comes the next batter. And everybody's straining. Everybody in the seats is straining to see who comes up to bat next. And it's a little angel comes up. And they're all looking, and it looks like his jersey's too big, and they're all straining to see who it is, and all they can see are all they see on the back of his jersey are the letters ACE, Ace. And they're, who is this Ace that the angels are bringing in? Who is this Ace? And as he steps up to the plate, and he lifts the bat above his head, and his shoulders spread out, and they can see that it's not Ace at all, but it's Grace that's up to bat. And Grace comes into the batter's box, and by now Satan's really getting worried and confused, and more than just a little bit concerned, because the bases are loaded. And Grace comes up to bat. And maybe Satan didn't put as much on it as he has been the whole game. But he threw a fastball, and it comes straight down the pipe again. And Grace just steps into it just as pretty as you can please. And he just makes a connection on the ball. And follows through just the sweetest swing you've ever seen. And that ball is gone. That ball is out of here. And the moral of the story is, Faith will get you to first, and Love will get you to second. Hope will get you to third, but only grace will get you home. That's what it is a lot like in our Christian walk. Only grace will get us home. I've experienced grace in my life. I heard the gospel message when I was a young boy. In the succeeding years, I didn't act on that grace. I actually fell quite far away from God. But I knew when I ever started asking the questions, why am I here? What is the purpose of life? What's the meaning of this whole creation? When you look up at the stars and you begin to ask those questions, I knew what the answer would be, and that answer would be Jesus. So when I was 20 years old, I experienced God's grace. I knelt down beside my bed and asked Jesus into my heart. God extended His grace to me, and He extends it to me every day. And I want to encourage other people to put aside their pride, to get down on their knees, and to ask Jesus into their hearts. And I want to say to you that if you want to really know the true meaning of the word grace, extend it to those around you. Extend grace to someone that might have hurt you. So I challenge you this Christmas time. Pray for God's love in your life. Pray for the ability to extend His grace to those around, to those that are hurting and in need. And we will experience a wonderful, joyous Christmas, the kind that Jesus wants us to have. And I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Thank you. Merry Christmas.